The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by DraftKings. Download the app and use promo code SGP. New customers can score $200 in bonus bets instantly when they bet just $5 on football. That is DraftKings Sportsbook code SGP. We're also brought to you by the Game Time app. Snag tickets without the stress. Use promo code SGPN on your first deposit to save $20. Download the Game Time app and use promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play Underdog Pick'em in college or NFL. Win up to 10, 20 times the amount in one game. Use promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for 100% deposit bonus up to $100. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app now or visit hofbets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell from Jr. here at your service.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar.
Dollar, dollar bill, yo. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, yo.
And as you can see, I am hopefully just temporarily, but I'm solo right now. I'm solo. Scott, it was a holiday for Scott yesterday. So Scott went out and Scott had a great time. And he is probably somewhere either, I assume, hurled over a toilet because he's not, I'm pretty sure he's hurled over a toilet and he's just throwing up his guts up. But I could be wrong, and Scott could pop up on it. So we're gonna wait and see. But I had to get you this content out because we have an early slate in the WNBA. And first of all, this is I had a lot that I wanted to say. Here's the first thing I'm gonna say. I think it's absolutely incredible how the WNBA has all day today to have these games. Granted, Sunday is probably just not the best day to have it. You probably should just skip Sunday, go to Monday, but cool. They have all day to have these games. The first game starts at 1 p.m., the heat of NFL. Like, okay, maybe you compete with Sunday night football, and maybe, it's Dolphins, Patriots. Maybe that gets boring. People turn over the WNBA. We are never going to compete with the NFL. Never. There's no chance. The WNBA is never going to compete with them with the NFL. And I hate to admit it, but never. There is no point to be playing these games exactly when the 1 p.m. slate starts. First game is at 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Second game is at 3 p.m. on the East Coast. There's nobody, there's no bar. Nobody. You have to ask the sports book. If I go up to the sports book today, I am going to have to ask for them to put one on the smallest TV in the corner because it's NFL, and they're going to look at me like I'm freaking crazy. I mean, I don't know. I think that a better option would have been just to push game 2, give them an extra day of rest, push it till Monday, and have it start. All right. Sometimes the WNBA really shoots themselves in the foot, man. I'm telling you. But I do have something special for you guys. I have a sound clip from an exclusive interview with the Dallas Wings after that game against the Atlanta Dream. Let's go ahead and listen to that.
It's going to be a tough dogfight out there, and it was. So what were you guys able to do to come back and win this thing?
All right, well, at first we started slow. We started real slow. And, that's all right. That's okay.
You did.
Because sometimes in life you're going to start
He was
slow.
down 20 in the
That's okay.
first. No, second.
We told ourselves, hey, we're going to start slow. We're going to keep going fast. We're going to start slow, but we're always going to finish fast. No matter what the score was, we're going to
I don't think I want to finish fast.
Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie. They had us. We weren't defeated, but they had us. But it took guts. It took an attitude. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to be successful is an attitude.
That's it.
And that's what our coach
That's
told us.
it.
He said, hey, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard.
Hey man, I'm telling you, like this stuff doesn't. You can't write the script better than this stuff, man. We had Dream plus 6.5, and they were up 20 in the second. In the second quarter, up 20, and somehow by halftime, that is a tie game. I was in a club watching this on the TV, and I immediately said, "Yeah, well, this game is over. This game, there's no way they're winning. They were up 20 and it's a tie game at halftime. Like, I just don't." All right. If you went chalk, which you guys know I didn't, if you went chalk for the first round of game ones, you went 4-0 ATS. Favorites went 4-0 ATS that first round. Recapping what I did last episode, and dang, what did I do last episode? Where'd it go? I know I made a tweet about it. Oh, there we go. No, that's not it. Oh, so I had the under Mystics and Liberty 162.5. It comes in at 165 for the over. Liberty handled. I should have just went Liberty minus 10. I don't know why I second guessed myself. We know the Mystics don't cover on the road, covering at 35%. Well, it's less than 35% now on the road. So probably should have just went Liberty minus 10 there. It's all good. For the dog, Alicia Gray 25 plus at plus 420. A little overzealous, but she had 21. We were there. I mean, we were there. She finally had the good game against Dallas. And I'm just crazy they ruined an Alicia Gray good game like that against Dallas and didn't get the win. For the prop, Jackwell Jones over 8.5 rebounds. That was never in doubt. We even got Jackwell Jones 10 plus rebounds and a win at plus 210. And I even tweeted out again at plus 175. So we still cashed that bet. Very good day there. Scott went 2-1 on his bets. And he had, what did he have? Liberty team total under 86.5. That didn't get there. Liberty scored 90. He did play that Jackwell Jones 10 plus rebounds and Liberty win for plus 210. And he had Natasha Howard under 15.5 points. She finished with like 6. Great call by Scott on that one. And underdog cashed again. Cashed a freaking. Oh my gosh. We're doing good with the underdog lineups, man. Cashed again. We had Jackwell Jones over 9. No, I'm sorry. We had Jackwell Jones higher 9 rebounds. We had Natasha Howard lower 15.5 points. And we had Alicia Gray higher 17.5 points. That came in for another 6-1 cash for us on the underdog lineup. We're doing good. 4 for 4. 4-4 on these underdog lineups. You're up about, if you put in $10, you're up 200. You put in 100, you're up 2,000. So doing pretty good on the underdog lineups. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to run through the games really quickly. Just something real quick slate, something for people to come back, check the YouTube. We may try to get out in podcast version. Hopefully we get out in enough time that people in podcast version can catch it real quick before the game start. But before we do that, got to talk to you guys about DraftKings Sportsbook because the NFL is back in full swing and we are officially working with DraftKings Sportsbook. They are an official betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet $5 on football. Any football, doesn't matter. Actually, I would take the $5 and put it on a close your eyes special with Seattle today. $200 instantly in bonus bets when you bet $5 on football. Get in on the action. Week 2, DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and use code SGP to sign up. New customers can bet just $5 and take home $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Code SGP. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. We're also brought to you by the Game Time app. Best place to go get last minute tickets at the lowest possible price. I use the Game Time app if I'm ever in DC and I want to stop by the Mystics Stadium, check out a Mystics game. Very, very cheap things. They can get you on the floor. You can get floor seats. You can go and you can get seats all over the arena. And guess what? Say you buy tickets and you look on one of these other competitors, and those tickets are cheaper than what you pay. Same section, but they're cheaper. Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. 110% for so you can actually go out there, make money, go see it for free, and make money. Download the Game Time app and create an account. Use code SGPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code SGPN for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Alrighty here. Let's go through here and get to the slate. First game up on the slate. Minnesota Lynx are traveling. Well, they're not traveling. They're already there. Game 2 of the first round for the Minnesota Lynx. Sun opened up as a 9.5 point favorite. They have stayed true to 9.5. 158.5 is the total here. Injury reports and says, oh wow, I thought I had the injury report up. This is all football stuff. Because it's freaking NFL Sunday, so I have all my football tabs up. I don't have I just don't understand why we're having these games on Sunday. Like nobody is gonna be tuned in. And it's gonna look bad for the ratings. It's gonna look so bad for the ratings. Because people are gonna be like, oh, nobody's watching W. No, it's because it's freaking football and everybody loves football. So of course, like I know I'm gonna be watching football. I'm gonna come back and watch these games, but I'm gonna be watching football. Like all right, we have for the Connecticut Sun, Berdine Hattar is questionable. She doesn't really play that much anyway, so that really doesn't matter. And for the Minnesota Lynx, Lindsey Allen is actually questionable for the game today, which is going to be interesting. And I wonder, let me check one more and see if they announced if she's officially going to be playing. That is actually an interesting ad that Lindsey Allen is questionable to play today. Let's see. Jessica Shepard is doubtful. No, they do not have anything official for Lindsey Allen, so I'm assuming that that is just one of the. I don't see anything on Underdog, so I'm assuming that's just one of the times where the WNBA has false injury reports. But if Lindsey Allen does play in this game, that is interesting because she does kind of help facilitate the ball a little bit for them. I was so locked into Minnesota last game, man. I was so locked into Minnesota. Connecticut shot 56% from 3. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. There's literally nothing to do about that. Game 1 went to Connecticut 90-60. I feel like Benedicting, but we did say that we felt like Minnesota was going to win one of these games. I was just really, really hoping it was the first one, but DeWanna Bonner had a crazy game. 17 points, 15 rebounds. Like, that's absolutely insane. She doesn't do that on the regular. 15 rebounds. She even had 6 assists. She was kind of in triple-double territory there. And 6 for 17 from the field. Alyssa Thomas had a double-double with 15 and 10 assists. But the threes, like I said, it was really 53.3%, 16 from 30 from 3. Tiffany Hayes was 4 for 6 from 3. Rebecca Allen was 5 for 6 from 3. Ty Harris came off the bench 3 for 3 from 3. Like, what am I supposed to do with that, guys? I can't do anything with that. They shot 53% from 3, opposed to the Minnesota Lynx, who shot 20%, 5 for 25. We got 2 for 9 from Caitlin McBride from 3. Rachel Banham came off the bench 2 for 6. Like, they really, really couldn't get anything going. Ariel Powers was 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 2. Crazy that we got an Ariel Powers actual sighting. We never see her actually play games these days. Diamond Miller was 1 for 3. Like, they just couldn't get anything going from 3. And Tiffany Mitchell had a really bad game too. She plays a little bit better than that. She was 0 for 3 from the field. And Afisa Collier, 14.6 rebounds. We know she can do a lot better. I really want a Benedict here because but I can't get out of my mind about the first quarter and a half in that game. The first quarter and a half, I can't get out of my mind because the Minnesota Lynx was taking it to them. They were being physical. They were fighting for rebounds. They kept the game close. It's after in about midway in that second quarter where the wheels fell off and everything, every shot that the Connecticut Sun were putting up went in. Is that going to happen? Cheryl Reeves is a pretty solid coach. Oh, shout out to Stephanie White. Forgot to talk about that. Shout out to Stephanie White winning Coach of the Year. I don't know how Stephanie White gets more credit than Alyssa Thomas for how the Connecticut Sun are where they're at, but she does. She won Coach of the Year. Alyssa Thomas is probably not going to cash my 50-1 Alyssa Thomas MVP bet and probably fall third in voting because the voters are freaking cowards. I'm really sick about that 50-1 MVP bet. We deserve to cash that bet. I'm sticking with Minnesota. I'm gonna take the 9.5, and I'm probably gonna continue to sprinkle on the money line a little bit here, and a little bit of mixing the NBA handicap with WNBA handicap. Game 2, I'm expecting a better defensive game from, well, Connecticut probably had a great defensive game. I don't think it's much better they can do. They only held the Lynx to 60 points, but I'm pretty sure Minnesota can have a lot better of a defensive game. That 90 points. What was it, 90? Yeah, it was 90 to 60, 90 points for the Connecticut Sun in that first game. I think they can defend a little bit better. And it's not like that they're getting outsized. Like they have the size to be able to battle on the rebound, on the glass for the Minnesota Lynx. They only got out rebounded by 4, so they have the size. And that was in a very crazy game for DeWanna Bonner on boards where she had 15. So if I think that regresses just a little bit and Minnesota does a lot better on the glass today, if the Sun don't go out there and shoot 53 freaking percent from 3, then Minnesota can be in this game. Are they going to 100% get the win? I don't know. They've done it before, and they did it without Nafisa Collier. So I'm not going to tell you that it's not possible, and I'm actually going to sprinkle on it a little bit. I think Minnesota can actually keep this game close, and you have to. I mean, this is the end of your season. Like, this is literally the end of the season. And so I can't get there on a Connecticut Sun team total just because this is the end of the season. And so if they're down freaking, and that maybe that's why it's tough to take the spread, because if they're down 6-7 points towards the end of the game, they're fouling trying to extend the game, even though it looks like it's going to be over. They're fouling trying to sting the game. So if you're on the Lynx, I feel like you got to sprinkle on the money line and just hope for a money line win here. But if you think that the Sun are going to win, you probably just want to lay the 9.5, because I think that at the end of the game, Lynx is going to start fouling, and that's how somebody could have a bad beat on the 9.5. But I did pick the Lynx to win one game, so I'll go ahead and I'm not going to bend it. I'm going to keep backing them here. Lynx plus 9.5. I'm not locking that up, though. I'm going to probably bet it small sprinkle, but that is not a lock at all. All right. Let's see here for the total 158.5. Yeah, I'm NBA handicap. Game 2, adjustments made. I'm going to go under in this one. We'll talk about the next game, and I'll tell you why I potentially probably could like an over for the next game. But for this one, Connecticut still one of the best defensive teams. I think they finished that last 5 games as the best defensive team in the entire WNBA. Minnesota in their own right, like I said, they're playing for their lives here. I think it's going to be a lot more defensive of a game, and that's probably how Minnesota stays in it if they do. So I'll take the under 158.5. Let's look at player props and what we got here. I want to run back the DeWanna Bonner under, man. I really want to. So look, she scored 17, and somebody had tweeted me. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Somebody tweeted me and let me know that the line went up after we had the show. So when we gave out the show, we gave it out at under 16.5. Afterwards, it went up to 17.5 for even money. And so some people got down on that. So shout out to you if you cashed that even money bet of DeWanna Bonner under. I mean, that was her best performance. Well, not her best performance. She had a 30 piece, but that was a really good performance. And she took the volume from 3, still didn't hit the threes at the efficiency that you want. It was just kind of she was getting the rebounds and getting offensive rebounds and putbacks, and that's how she kind of ran that score up, and that's how she really ended up, uh, beating us for that underdog lineup because we had her under what was it, 24 points, rebound, and assists. She cleared that. I say we running back. It's at 17 and a half. Under is plus 106 on FanDuel. I say we run it back. Dewana Bonder under 17 and a half. I think it was a good handicap. She just went crazy. She doesn't do it twice in a row. Scott said he wasn't playing Alyssa Thomas assists last game because he expected it to be an under game. While it was not, no, it was an under game because it still went to 150. So while it was still an under game, she still cashed double 10 plus. I'm telling you guys, it's so now after all season of FanDuel not providing alternates on assist props, they now have an alternate on Alyssa Thomas assist prop. Alternate is plus 148, which is crazy because, well, no, it's not. Over 8.5 is plus 114. 10 plus assists is plus 148. I'm going to still play it because I'm always going to play her assists. But if there's ever a kiss of death, it's the fact that this is the first time I've ever clicked on FanDuel's app and I've seen two record 10 plus assists sitting up here. And then they don't even have anybody else name up here. It's just Alyssa Thomas. So that could be the kiss of death there. And they did the same thing for rebounds now. They haven't done this all season. Now they're trying new stuff for the playoffs. You guys are fake. Honestly, like you guys are so I hate the books. You guys are so fake. These are the props I've been looking for all season, and now because the playoffs are here, you want to start rolling them out. They have alt rebounds props. I think Nafisa Collier does a lot better on the boards. Again, Dewana Bonner really stole a bunch of those rebounds. So she's at 8.5 rebounds, minus 125. I see her at 10 plus for plus 154. And you got Alyssa Thomas for 12 plus at plus 158. I don't really like that one as much, but it's all right. I think she still gets to 10. And then Nafisa Collier 12 plus is at 375. If you want to take a stab at that, those are there. Oh wow, they even have alternate threes. Oh yeah. So they have Dewana Bonner. Don't play that one because I just told you she was 2 for 9 last game. She's so inefficient when it comes to three, and you just gotta hope that she goes 4 for 10 this day. I'm not taking the chance on Dewana Bonner, but Kayla McBride here at 4 plus threes at plus 390 is very, very tempting. Is extremely tempting. I might get down on that. She really had a solid game, and she was carrying them in that first half. She really was. Yeah, I'm going back to Kayla McBride and Collier today. Both of their points. McBride's at 14.5. Collier's at 21.5. All right, we got some things to work with. I wish Tiffany Mitchell was up here. I think she's going to have a better game and be able to help keep Minnesota in this as well. All right. Before we get to the next game on the slate, got to talk to you about Hall of Fame bets because this is the way for you to win bigger by betting smarter with the NFL and NBA and MLB and soccer because Hall of Fame Bets is a sports betting analytics platform. They have for parlays, player props, game lines, all of that stuff. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bets, and the optimizer will get you hit rates, and it'll break it down by leg so you know exactly what the expected probability is for your entire parlay. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app now or use HOFBets.com, promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. That is 50% off your first month with promo code SGPN, Hall of Fame Bets app, or visit HOFBets.com. Underdog Fantasy, Underdog Pick'em. You guys know, like, do I have to do the underdog read? You guys know what we're talking about with underdog here. And if you don't know, well, now you know. If you're new to this, you're catching this for the first time because you wanted to watch WNBA on NFL Sunday. One, shout out to you for being a true DGen. And look, Underdog Pick'em contest, you can win up to 20 times the amount you put in a single game by going 5 for 5. Now, we've been chilling and we've been going 3 for 3. We've been trying not to do too much. We've been going 3 for 3, and if you bet $10 tailing us on underdog pickums for the last 8 pickums that we've been doing, we are 4 for 4. You would be up $200 on a $10 bet. So guess what? If you had a $100 bet, you'd be up $2,000. We're 6 to 1 payout on 3 legs. That is how we've been doing it. We're going to consistently keep doing it. And maybe when Scott gets here next episode, we might throw out our regular 3 pick, but we might throw out a 5 and just see how we do with a 5, because we've been rolling with these. So also, just know that this week there's a very special promotion that they're giving away $100,000 to 10 people, 10K each. And all you have to do is just do a pick'em selection and include Tua's passing yards prop. Now, I think Tua's going under today. Tua has not eclipsed over 270 passing yards against Bill Belichick yet. I think he's going lower than his passing yard prop. So, but it doesn't matter. If you think he's going lower or higher, just add it to the contest and you will be entered to win $10,000. And guess what? You're going to have 10 opportunities to win $10,000. So I'm definitely adding to a underdog pick'em today because I surely could use $10,000. When you sign up with promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Again, that's underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Go to underdogfantasy.com or the mobile app, promo code SGPN for new customers to double your first deposit up to $100. All right, we're also going to get down on the pick'em too, so I will give that out at the end. Next game on the slate, and it should be relatively easy. Chicago Sky in Vegas playing Las Vegas Aces for game 2. The Aces won game 1 in absolutely dominant fashion, where it was 87-59. Didn't even let them get 60 points. 17.5 is the line here. 170.5 is the total. Injury report here for these two teams, and I see for the Aces, same. Candace Parker, not expecting to see her. We'll see if she even makes it back for potentially a finals. Well, it's going to be the finals. Come on, guys. Let's be serious. And for the Chicago Sky, we have Marina Mabry questionable with an illness. Is this, let's go underdog? She's going to play. There's no way she doesn't play. She's still, okay, so we still have her in the lineup. No update on Marina Mabry, but do watch that. She is questionable with an illness. Guys, if I had Kobe's lock sound, I would play the lock sound. I mean, while I would hate to go chalk here, from what I saw that first game and from what the Aces did in the first round last year, they're not playing around. They're about to absolutely dominate this game and just go ahead and get them up out of here. They're not worried about even, I mean, I didn't think that they would force, Chicago could force the game 3, but they're about to get them up out of here. If you look at what Vegas did against the Phoenix Mercury last year in the playoffs, they did win 2-0 in the first round. And that first game was a relatively closer game. If you remember that from last season, shout out to whoever was rocking with us last season too. But if you remember when we did that game last season, the Aces it was basically a tie game in the first half against that Phoenix Mercury squad that didn't have, I don't even think Diane Taurasi was playing in that game at that time. I don't think there was a Skylar Diggins-Smith in that game at that time. The leading scorer in that game was Diamond DeShields with 18 points. Like, that game was a close game, and I think it was like almost tied, or like maybe, what was it? It was something really close. Oh, the first quarter. It was a 4-point first quarter, and then Vegas just exploded to a 19-point lead at halftime and didn't look back and absolutely dominated them in game 2. That's what happened in game 2. Game 1, it was a very close game, very close at halftime. Game 2, it was close in the first quarter, and then the Aces just absolutely dominated, got them up out of there. They ended up winning the game 117-80. I think this happens again. While this Chicago Sky team is way better than that Mercury team last year, I think this 100% happens again. And the Aces just do what the Aces do. They're at home. They've only lost at home technically once during the regular season, but you know that they did lose that Commissioner's Cup game at home as well. This team is absolutely dominant. Absolutely dominant. Chelsea Gray. We're getting back on Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray always goes off during the playoffs. I don't know how I didn't give out Chelsea Gray's 20 plus points last game, and I'm really, really kicking myself that I didn't because it was like 3-1. You guys know I always take Chelsea Gray's points because nobody in this starting lineup should be 3-1 to score 20. And now the books have caught up. She's plus 182 to score 20 plus points. They know playoff Chelsea Gray is different. Oh, I'm so mad I didn't give that out last episode. I'm really kicking myself. I hate looking in the rear view, but really kicking myself I didn't give that out. So look at, I mean, Kelsey Plum plus 136 for 20 plus points, Chelsea Gray plus 182, Jackie Young plus 182. Like, they're not taking any chances here. They know what the Aces are gonna do. They're gonna absolutely roll here. So I'm not worried about the big number. I really kind of wanted to take the Aces last game. I was kind of going back and forth for it and with it and ended up not taking it, but I'm not making that mistake again. We're going Aces here. I don't care. This is mad chalk. I'm going Aces. I think Aces bury them by 20. The total, I think it's the same thing. This game probably goes over 170.5, but you play this, and shout out to Dylan Rockford for dropping his pick under the tweet that I made earlier of Aces first half, Aces Sky first half over. I think that it's the same thing, and this is how we've been playing a lot of the Aces games. You take the first half over, and then you come in on the under. You're going to get a higher number. It's probably going to be close to the 180s or in the 180s or something like that. Take the first half over, cash your first half over bet, look at the live number, get in on the live number in the second half and get in on the under because that's when they kind of take the foot off the gas and not really as serious. But that first half over, I like that bet too as well. Dylan, that is over 86. I think they do get over 86 in the first half. Player props, again, really kicking myself. I didn't give out that play. Now they have 30 plus plays for Asia Wilson. I don't think Asia drops 30. I think they have 25 plus plays. You know what? Screw it. Give me Chelsea Gray 25 plus 560. Plus 560 for Chelsea Gray 25 plus. She is playoff Gray. Playoff Chelsea Gray is different. I'm trying to tell you. If you don't know, now you know. Go look at her stats. Playoff Chelsea Gray is different. All right. Chelsea, of course. So I like Chelsea Gray's over point 16.5 minus 106. Give me her 25 plus as well at what was that? What I say was that was 560. I like that as well. Asia Wilson rebounds. I do like that at 10.5 plus 124. I don't think Clea Copper is still a Finals MVP, man. This is do or die. I think Clea Copper shows up, and at least she's gonna give them a game, even if she does a lot of this scoring in the first half, and then the wheels fall off and they end up getting blown out in the second half. Clea Copper over 18.5, man, minus 125. This is a Finals MVP. Like, this is a former Finals MVP. She's not going down easy. And this is still tracking to be an over game. So give me some assists. I'll take point guard. She only finished with 7 last time, and we had 7.5. I'll take her again over 7.5 assists minus 113. Courtney Williams over 5.5 assists minus 130. And I think that's about it. Nothing else really sticking out to me for that one. All right. Let me drop a lock, dog, and prop for the people here for my lock. I kind of do like that under in the first game, but do we just run back the Aces? Yeah, let's just run the Aces bet back. It's probably a little bit more. That first half team total is probably a little bit more inflated now. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Aces are going to continue to score here. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still at 48.5. I mean, let's take it again. They got over it the first game. Let's do it again. Aces first team total over in the first half, 48.5 minus 115 on Bet365. Over 48.5 minus 115. I think that they still do get their team total over, but I still do like the first half. Maybe I'll make that a bonus bet. I'll make the bonus bet. bonus bet if over in the first half in case somebody doesn't have the team total over. For my dog, does Caleb McBride step up? I don't know. I don't like. Nafise Collier doesn't go down swinging, does she? She goes down swinging, doesn't she? She had really good games against them in the regular season, and even I mean, she had 14. That's okay. It's low for her standards. Nafisa 25 is plus 156. Do I just? This is where I need Scott to kind of talk me out of some of this stuff, or talk me into some of this stuff, or maybe I just, yeah. Let's just go with Nafisa. It's a do or die game. Or do I go back to point guard? Man, it's at 1-8. Yeah, it's at 182. That's almost 2-1. Yeah, that's screwed. All right, we're going Chelsea Gray again. Chelsea Gray, 20 plus points, plus 182. That's a pretty good dog. That's a pretty good size dog. So plus 182, Chelsea Gray, 20 plus points. Playoff point guard is crazy. Like I'm trying to tell you, playoff point guard is crazy. So I can't wait for the finals because I know that her finals MVP odds. Somebody let me know if you find finals MVP odds now. Like if you have a book or somewhere that has finals MVP odds at really real __ on Twitter. Let me know if you see that bet anywhere because I'm willing to get down on Chelsea Gray. Jocko Jones could have a really good game in the finals. Like I know I'm already, count my chickens before they hatch with those two teams, but if I can get down on that bet now, I 100% want to. All right, let's see. So, yep, that's my dog, Chelsea Gray. And then I can go back to Nafisa for a prop. Yeah, let's go back to Nafisa for the prop. I think she gets it this time. So, over 21.5. I know I did last time. It didn't work. We're going to try it again. Over 21.5 minus 111. That is my prop. All right. I'm doing underdog solo dolo today. Let's see if I can hold us down and I can keep that at greater than 20 units won over the past 9. Let's see here. Underdog pick'em. Let's throw my prop in there of Nafisa Collier over 21.5 points. I should put point guard points in there. So Nafisa Collier higher 21.5 points. Point guard points, because that was my dog. I'm gonna put that in there as well. Or as soon as I find her. Oh, I can just type her in. Chelsea Gray. There we go. Higher 17.5 points. Play number 3. Do I go back to Bonner and just say that was a one-off and she's not going to go crazy like that again? They moved it up 3. Didn't we get it? We got it at 24 last time. I feel like we got it at 24 last time. It's at 27 now, points, rebound, and assists. Yeah, man. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. All right. Lower, DeWanna Bonner, 27 points, rebounds, and assists. We're running this back. We're running this. I feel like this is low-key kind of the exact same thing we did. We just had point guard. Yeah, we had point guard assist the first time, but now I'm taking her points. So we're running it back. I'm trying my luck in game 2. Nafisa Collier, higher, 21.5 points. DeWanna Bonner, lower, 27 points, rebounds, and assists. And Chelsea Gray, point guard, higher, 17 points. Put that in underdogs, shake it all up, and you get $100 bet wins you $600, $10, 60. Again, remember, we're up about 20 units that you put in on the last 8 underdog contests. Hopefully, I did us some justice being able to hold it down on my own. Shout out to the 7 people in the chat into the live stream. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Appreciate y'all. For everybody that was able to catch this in maybe you're catching on YouTube late, like the video. Maybe we actually got this podcast out in a reasonable time for people to come back and catch it on podcast version. Drop us a like and drop us a 5-star review and tell us how we could have got this out a little bit earlier. And I will agree with you. Other than that, I don't really have anything. Shouts out to Scott again, 2-1 that last episode. Scott really be carrying me when I be sucking. Scott be carrying me with a couple of these wins. So shout out to Scott again. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code SGPN for that underdog lineup. New customers get a deposit match up to $100. You get up to $100, double your deposit up to $100. Promo code SGPN. Other than that, I have nothing else to say. Nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end it like this. We are out of here.